this afternoon joining us.
Bharatiya
Rakhi
Janata
Rathore
Party
is with us, spokesperson Rajasthan BJP, Shri Raj Nair, who is the spokesperson BHP, Ravi Srivastava, who is a political analyst. Thank you very much for joining us. My first question to you actually, to Rakhi Rathore, when the Congress party and the cabinet minister says कि हम मंदिर बनाने के लिए तैयार हैं, तो फिर you don't think this chapter can be closed now? Wait for the Congress government to build the temple?
Actually, there are series of problems, series of incidences which indicates that they want to play their communal card only. So this is another incident which has happened in Rajasthan. Right now, I have heard our minister saying that BJP ke logon ne toda hai mandir. I just want to convey him that according to Section 241 of Rajasthan Municipal Act, before removing any statue or idol, they have to take permission from the local administration or collector. So it is not possible that without the acceptance of state government, this all happened. And look at the way that it happened. I can understand that whenever there is a development work and you have to remove a temple or a religious place, there is a proper process for that. We Hindu believe that there are pran hai unme, hum aisa believe karte hai, but destroying with a hammer machine, this is not acceptable, and this is the reaction which we are getting from the common people, the Hindu people of Rajasthan, because there are series of incidences. I just want to ask why they left one Muslim shops untouched during the whole process in Alwar, Rajgarh. So these all indicates that their intentions are very clear. They want to play the communal card, and their target is just to get the votes of Muslim, which they failed to get in UP during the assembly election. Okay. One incident more I just want to quote, during around a month back, Ram Dwara, there was a Ram Dwar in Salasar Balaji. It was demolished by the state agencies, but the government in assembly, the speaker put the blame on NHAI, central government, for demolishment of that gate. But actually it was the state agency. He apologized in the assembly again. So these are the series of incidences which are happening. And what happened in Karoli is, we know everyone. Matloob, he is not in the arrest of, still he is out of the arrest of police. We can see in Iftar party, the main accused of Chabra, Royds, who were he was attending the party in CM house. So these all indicates he was clicking pictures with the senior leaders of Congress Rajasthan. So these all indicates that everything is not well for Hindu community in Rajasthan.
Okay, and a word in from Mr. Nair. Mr. Nair, अभी यही जो बात अभी हम लोग कर रहे थे, and which Rakhi is also talking about. The fact is, according to the Congress, the board or the corporation is dominated by the BJP. The whole Gaurav Path was a part of the master plan, which was given a go-ahead by the then Chief Minister Vasudha Raje Scindia. Therefore, to blame the present Congress government is wrong, and you're willfully actually polarizing it because that's what the BJP does. This is what Congress का कहना ये है. और अगर वो मंदिर बनाते हैं, तो फिर क्या आप इस बात से संतुष्ट हैं?
See, first of all, we all know how Hindus have been treated by the Congress. This is the same party which even went ahead and said that Bhagwan Ram is a kalpanik or imaginary figure. They have been mocking, ridiculing Hindus for nearly 70 years now. And this is the only reason that they have been tasting defeat after defeat, election after election. Now, in this particular case in Rajasthan, the chief minister has broken all the records of the Islamic brutality which happened for the last 800 years in this, whether it is Mughals or Khiljis or Taimur. CM Ashok Gehlot ji has broken all the record of barbarism. He has turned a blind eye. It is not that he was unaware about this particular. Do you think a 300-year-old temple can be a matter of encroachment? Now, this is absolutely a joke to say that it is the BJP who demolished. Now they know the damage has been done. They are trying to cover it up. Nothing is going to happen. The Hindus know who the real perpetrators are, who the real people are who have demolished this temple. So they cannot try to fool the people. Now the only thing that can happen is they have to rebuild the temple. In fact, we even seek the removal of this barbaric, brutal.
So let me just get an overview of a political point of view. Mr. Ravi Srivastava is with us. You know, Mr. Srivastava, for all of us who watched Ashok Gehlot, the reason why he continues to remain one of the important leaders for the Congress party and his deep access to the Gandhis is because he's seen as someone who's astute, who's shrewd, who is also a good administrator. Do you think this time round, not just this incident, but a couple of other incidents also is building up to a counter narrative which could boomerang on the Congress party and give that edge to the BJP?
Pallavi, I don't see any such action happening. It is across the nation. This is BJP's sinister design. They are not doing it in Rajasthan alone. They have done it in Madhya Pradesh. They have done it in Gujarat. They are trying to do it in Karnataka. Whichever state is due for election in a year or year and a half, they are doing this kind of machinations just to polarize people, create once again the Hindu-Muslim divide and try to protect their vote bank. Now, as far as this Rajgarh incident is concerned, that particular BJP board only had decided. Vasundhara Raje had decided 3 years before, and they have not mentioned any word there in the resolution, the temple or a mosque or a shop or a home. They have written the road is to be widened. And as like the everywhere, municipality does the demolition. Here also municipality did it. And as far as the state is concerned, I think they have already suspended their SDM and they have already transferred the people who are responsible. And the only people who filed a FIR against this is the Congress. The BJP, if they feel that something illegal has happened, some wrongly houses have been demolished, why don't they go to court? Why instead of that Bhagwa flag and start again a Shobha Yatra? What the purpose will be served with that? If they want that people should get justice, people should get compensation, people get their houses built again, they should go to court.
No, but Mr. Srivastava, don't you think, don't you think that in an election year, almost an election year, because it's almost a year and a half away and it's not too far away, but don't you think perhaps the Congress government over there could have been little politically more alert and astute and do a damage control well in time?
Absolutely. You see, here also the demolition happened on 18th of April. But till 23rd, nobody in the country knew that there's a kind of a demolition happened. It is deliberate, purposeful, just to polarize people. The story has been built up. There is nothing like that. The demolition had happened 5 days before and the due notices were served to the people.
Okay.
It is not that they were caught unawares.
So
they knew it that they have encroachments, they have extended their houses, they have built it on a land which is the public land.
Okay, so Rakhi, would you want to react to that? Rakhi, would you want to react to what Mr. Shah? Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to ask Mr. Ravi Shankar why there was a need of suspension of the SDM and EO from the state government. Have you read about the section 241 of Rajasthan Municipality Act? It is all governed by that act only, and that act clearly states that before removing or demolishment of any kind of religious place, they have to take permission from the state government. The first thing is that. The second point is the proposal which was sanctioned from the municipality.
Let her talk.
Let me complete.
Mr. Srivastava, please let her complete.
No, Mr. Srivastava. You have not gone through what has done in Rajasthan. I know the position, what has happened there, because the proposal which was sanctioned by the municipality was to reduce the width of the road from 60 feet to 30 feet. It was not like that they want to do it. And look at the way it was done. It was done by the administration, and suspension of the officers, state officers, clearly indicates that state government, without state government's permission, it cannot happen.
Madam,
state government is totally responsible. We have not
Mr. Srivastava, 1 minute. Rakhi, 1 minute. Wait, I'll just come back to both of you. I'll come back, in fact, to all three of you. There have been plenty of reactions from the ground, from Alwar, where those protests are happening. Let's listen to them.